Um, So we're talking about damage control resuscitation, and this is something you need to know. Damage control resuscitation, damage control surgery, and these are different principles. And the basic principle is always the same. You need, that is, you have to do emergency procedure so that there is no physiological derangement, and only definitely part will be done later only if the patient is stable, and it is usually done after 2 or 3 days of trauma or surgery. And we generally applied for liver and spleen surgery and mesenteric bowel surgery, where we do definitely surgery only after 2 or 3 days if the patient is stable. So you need to know some hemostatic agents: gelatin, sponge, oxidized cellulose, collagen sponge, microfillar collagen powder, tropical thrombin, bone wax. These are used frequently in our surgical part, and we need to know the composition. For example, gel foam is made of denatured animal skin gelatin, and gel foam has no intrinsic hemostatic action, but it can be used in combination with a topical thrombin, for which it serves as a absorbable carrier. Its main hemostatic activity is to relate the contact between the blood and the large surface area at the sponge, transmitting the pressure. So, in conclusion, you have to confirm shock in patient, hypovolemia and hemorrhage by clinical assessment. You need to know, or you need to be efficient knowing the stages of a hemorrhage, and which stage, at which stage the patient is there. Immediate resuscitation by blood, oxygen, and fluid should be there. You have to identify the site of hemorrhage. You can identify site of hemorrhage uh, either through the general examination, or if there is concealed hemorrhage, we need to know some basic of ultrasound so that you can find out the site of hemorrhage. Endoscopy, we need to know so that we can find out which part of the GI tract is bleeding. If the patient is stable, we can suggest for CT scan, and sometimes diagnostic peritoneal lavage and blood tools can be done. In old era, if the patient is in shock and there is no external hemorrhage, they used to do diagnostic peritoneal lavage. But these days, DPL are generally not done. We rely on ultrasonography and other imaging methods. Control of hemorrhage should be done either through surgery or endoscopic control, or therapeutic embolization can be there, or we can give for coagulation correction in the form of different products of blood. Definitive treatment, if any, we can apply for the definitive treatment. We have to control for sepsis. We can give antibiotics if there is a contaminated wound or a dirty wound. Prevention. I hope you might be knowing contaminated dirty. If there is GI or GU tract is breached, it will come on contaminated or dirty wounds. And prevention of coagulopathy by FFA, platelet concentrated fresh blood. Critical care management, patient is in shock, you have to give different care, thoracic care in the form of ventilation, cardiac care in forms of iron drops, and in point of resuscitation, fluid and electrolyte management should be done, so that there will be prevention of organ failure and the outcome will be better. So here comes with the end of this chapter or this session. Do you have any question? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Any questions? No question?